CTV News at 5 with Tony Rima and Rick Wyman with weather.
Good Friday evening. Thanks for joining us. Tony is off tonight. Air Canada is increasing flights to Sudbury's airport while at the same time completely pulling its service out of North Bay, leaving some officials in that city shocked and angered. CTV's Eric Tashner has the details.
When the end of January rolls around, Air Canada will be grounding all services in and out of the North Bay Jack Garland Airport, leaving the local Chamber of Commerce incensed.
It seems like it's just been bad news over bad news. The city of North Bay has been a great customer of Air Canada over the years.
This will make travel more difficult for passengers who need to get to Toronto for business, medical appointments, or for a connecting flight. Air Canada says the decision is being made for commercial viability reasons.
That North Bay to Toronto service has always been one of the first things that we offer to people considering moving their businesses into the North Bay area.
This comes on the heels of the company's announcement 2 weeks ago that it's reducing the number of flights to and from Toronto from once daily 7 days a week to once daily 4 days a week starting November 1st.
Maybe this will be an opportunity for other carriers to start looking and filling this void.
That might be an opportunity for Porter. Porter also flies out of Pearson Airport as well as Toronto Island.
Over the last several years, the airline has slowly scaled back service in and out of the Gateway City. At one time, Air Canada offered 4 flights a day to North Bay. The Jack Garland Airport says it's devastated by the news and will continue to work with its partners to meet the needs of its customers. Meanwhile, Nipissing-Temiskaming MP Pauline Rochefort is taking the airline to task, writing in part, "North Bay deserves better." In concert with Jack Garland Airport and the City of North Bay, as the federal representative for this riding, my team will explore all avenues of advocacy to support the aviation and tourism industries in North Bay affected by this suspension of service. Meanwhile, at the same time, Air Canada is actually increasing seat capacity by 50% and the number of flight increases daily from 2 to 3 year-round, starting February 1st from Sudbury to Toronto.
When you start hearing that, just down the highway, they're getting increases, maybe they should be coming to North Bay to pick up the people first before they go to Toronto. I mean, that's an option.
The airport mentioned a few weeks ago that Bearskin Airlines will be upping its service to northern airports, including the Jack Garland Airport.
As it's going to affect our business community and our community as a whole.
Eric Tashner, CTV News, North Bay.
Turning to the weather now, some seasonal temperatures today and lots of sunshine on tap. But of course, it's Friday and we want to know how the weekend is looking. For that answer, we go to CTV's Rick Wyman. Rick, I hope you have some good news for us, especially on this last official weekend of summer.
Oh, it's coming, but there's one word that you said earlier, Amanda, that we can't say on television, beginning with the letter F. It's called frost. Patchy frost, we've got it in northeastern Ontario for this evening. So we're at risk of that. And of course, it's spreading throughout the entire Northeast. Your first take on weather brought to you by CAA. Get your membership today at CAA.ca. And again, we'll have some details on our 5-day forecast and more, some frost or patchy frost right across the Northeast. So you have to make some big decisions about plants this weekend, Amanda. Perhaps you're doing that as well.
I definitely am. Thanks for that, Rick. Looking forward to hearing more. The Cochrane District Services Board is looking at their options to use funding aimed at solving some of the city's homelessness issues. CTV's Lydia Chubak reports.
All right. During a Cochrane District Services Board meeting on Thursday, 2 resolutions were passed to find solutions to help unhoused people. When it comes to figuring out how to use the $3.2 million from the province to establish a secure alternative to encampments, the board has some strict timelines to follow or it risks losing the funding. The province has given the board an extension until March, but half the money must be spent by the end of December. A majority voted in favor of approving the submission of a new plan, which does not involve constructing modular units near the city's landfill site, nor will there be a public consultation session.
I think we've learned from the Ramada situation that you cannot hide this stuff from the public. You have to be upfront. You have to be upfront, especially with the elected officials who are going to hear it from the public, and of course, show the utmost respect to the residents.
The second resolution relates to the relocation of the Living Space Emergency Shelter away from residential areas and to report back to the board in November. Steve Black says the request has been made before, and this is a reassurance the board is committed to looking at relocation options.
Find a spot, look for some properties, and get it out of residential. The public is not going to move on this issue. Nobody wants a low barrier shelter in their neighborhood. And we have one where it is now. We see the issues that it's causing, okay? And it has to be moved out of residential.
Officials say recent local data reveals there is currently 484 people who experience homelessness in the district. 77% of them are in Timmins, and most of them require supportive, transitional, around-the-clock care. Lydia Chubak, CTV News, Timmins.
It's time now for a quick break. Coming up on CTV News at 5, Rick has your full weather forecast. But first, we head to North Bay for this live shot of Worthington Street on this sunny day. It's 14 degrees out there. More news is coming up.
When you see it happen, send it to CTV News. Text 10400 from your screen to ours. Text 10400.
Big shout out to start things off just before we give you the weekend weather forecast. Mrs. Haley in the Gatchel, a big weather fan. So Mrs. Haley, this one is for you, your weekend weather forecast. Here we go with the forecast radar right now. We've got some precipitation in the making Saturday, Sunday, maybe Monday at 30 or 40%, so we'll have to roll the dice on that. Let's get to our temperatures. Our numbers are far more important. Sudbury, Nickel Belt, sunshine for tomorrow at 18, some cloud cover on Sunday, 17. Here we go with the chance of showers, as I said last night, Monday, Tuesday, 40 and 30%, highs 19 and 18, back to sun and cloud Wednesday at 18 degrees. Meanwhile, in Sault Ste. Marie, Algoma, mainly sunny tomorrow at 20. Nice day there. Then we have the chance of showers 3 consecutive days on Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday at 17, 21, and 19, your highs. Sun and cloud Wednesday, 19 degrees. So again, we get some sunshine, have to put up with a little bit of precipitation, then back to the sunshine. We heard that story last night. Timmins, Cochrane, Kapuskasing, sunshine tomorrow at 17. Chance of precipitation 3 days, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Again, your temperatures 18, 19, and 15. I'll let you decide if you like that 30% chance or 40% chance of rain coming up for those 3 days. 19, sun and cloud come Wednesday. Here we go now with Temiskaming Shores and Kirkland Lake. Sunshine tomorrow, 17. Chance of showers, another hat trick there. 3 consecutive days, 17, 18, and 17, your daytime highs. And again, Wednesday, sun and cloud, high of 19, just a bit above normal. Let's wrap things up now with North Bay and West Nipissing. Sunshine, 18 for tomorrow. Sun and cloud Sunday at 19, only 2 consecutive days with the chance of precipitation. Monday, Tuesday, 21, 18, your daytime highs. Wednesday, sun and cloud with a high of 18. So, Amanda, what are your plans for the weekend? Because we've got some sunshine tomorrow, then the risk of showers, then back to the sunshine. I'll leave that decision up to you.
Thanks for that, Rick. I mean, I always enjoy the sunshine, and it's the last official weekend of summer, so I'm going to get outside at some point. Thanks for that. It's day 9 of a strike by college support staff workers, and today the union held rallies at colleges across Ontario. As CTV's Alana Everson tells us, the union is at odds with the College Employer Council over stalled contract negotiations.
At this noon hour, over 200 striking full-time support staff at Cambrian College gathered to support each other and back union demands. One issue is contracting out.
So while there are some protections to contracting out, the language is very vague, and what ends up happening is that the other side always finds a way around. You know, they find the loopholes and then they find ways to contract out. We've had contracting out here at Cambrian in the past where they contracted out our landscapers and our yard maintenance.
On its website, the College Employer Council states important protections for full-time support staff from job losses, due to contracting outside services exist in the contract. In a telephone conversation, the CEO of the council says there are 4 demands on the table colleges will never accept because they are unrealistic, unaffordable, and unreasonable. Those include no staff reductions or college shutdowns or mergers. Robert Montgomery represents other OPSU unions at Cambrian for full-time and part-time faculty that are not on strike but came out to show support at the rally.
They are truly the lifeblood of the college, and we need them back in the workplace, and we need the College Employer Council to bargain fairly with them and get them back to work to do the job that they need to do.
The Union for the Striking Support Workers says there are other issues in the dispute.
Making sure that we don't end up with split shifts. There are some concessions that the college side has always tried to offer or put up, and we don't want those concessions. We fought for years to gain some of these benefits that we have, and we don't want to lose them.
At this point, both sides remain far apart on a number of issues, but both say they want to resolve the bargaining stalemate. Alana Everson, CTV News, Sudbury.
Coming up on CTV News at 5. Sudbury's green carts haven't been getting enough love. How the city wants to change that next.
Every day, and here we are 34 years later.
There's a lot to love in Greater Sudbury. Today we're at the Sleep Shop on Notre Dame Avenue. Andre, 40 plus years. How has this business become so viable?
You know what, Rick, you roll with the times. We are a non-commission based store, and here at the Sleep Shop, nous parlons français. So whether you're here to browse or you come in here with a specific need, we're here to listen, we're here to help.
I like that. This store is great. Show me more. Andre, you go through a lot of sofa sets over here, and your customers appreciate what they get in terms of quality. I love this. How do you do it?
So this is a power reclining sofa, which is very popular, very much in demand now. You can get these in leather, fabric, different styles, colors, firmnesses. But we love also our stationary sofa selection, because if you come in and you see a style that you like, you can actually choose the firmness of the seat cushion, the fabric. So it just gives people a lot of options.
What do your customers tell you about your product line?
Mostly that they appreciate the fact that if they like a specific sofa in terms of style, you can choose the firmness of the cushion, like I mentioned. You can choose the fabric. Now that doesn't apply to every single piece here, but a good portion of them.
Andre, this store is huge. We're in the bedding section right now. Tell me more.
You know what? I'm especially proud of this section of our store. Like, how many stores can you walk into where you have 50 beds on display? And not only that, we actually handpick our own mattresses. We go down south every year to Toronto. We pick out our Canadian-made mattresses.
Okay, what's next?
Well, you know what? I got to show you these adjustable beds down here. Come check this out.
Andre, do we need a special mattress for an adjustable bed?
You do, Rick. Not all mattresses can be used on adjustable beds, so we do have the Serta Simmons mattress with standard industry 10-year manufacturer's warranties.
Andre, this is going to be the toughest question you've addressed all day. What's an adjustable bed?
Well, Rick, an adjustable bed is a mechanized electric bed where you can adjust the head and the foot. And this is a lifestyle/medical bed that can help you with everything from snoring, acid reflux. If you have heart condition, there's a whole list of items that this can help you with. But even just for everyday use, if you love to watch TV in bed, if you love to read, I mean, it's for all ages.
I like that aspect about snoring, Andre. It rings closer to home.
It sure does.
We're in the dining section now, and Andre, it feels for some strange reason like I've been here before with all these great-looking retro colors.
Pretty cool, isn't it, Rick? So what we have here, aside from our regular dining section, this is authentic Canadian-made chrome from a third-generation family in Winnipeg. As you can see, there's quite a selection here, but you can come in, you can choose the style of your chair, color, even the laminated tops. You can pick and choose everything custom ordered just for you.
They don't want to go retro. What else can they get?
Well, we have, for smaller spaces, we offer a selection of 3-piece dinette sets. We have 5-piece, and of course for the bigger families, we have 7-piece available in wood, different styles, different colors, lots to choose from. Come and check it out.
Andre, thanks for having me in the store today. It's been great. I certainly appreciate the time and effort and the product selection.
You know, it's been my pleasure, Rick. We love what we do here, and you know, we've been at it for a long time, over 40 years, and we're looking forward to the next 40 years. Rick, it's time to wake up, man. It's time to go.
This is so comfortable. How long have I been out? Join us next week at the same time, as there's a lot to love in Sudbury.
It looks like Rick was having a good nap there. Greater Sudbury's Environmental Services says the local Green Cart program, which collects compostable waste, is significantly underutilized. CTV's Madison Merrier has that story.
The Green Cart program was introduced to Sudbury in 2009, and by 2021, participation grew to around 45%. However, since then, participation has flatlined, according to Environmental Services.
There still remains a lot of potential for our organics program. It continues to be underutilized.
Councillors are discouraged to learn that some Sudburyans are not utilizing the service.
It was disappointing to see that there hasn't been an increase or an uptake in green bins. It would really be nice to see more people start using it.
Our landfill site is nearing, although it sounds a long way off, nearing its capacity. And in 25 years, we will no longer be able to use that facility.
Even more alarming for Fortin is the chance of restructuring waste collection.
My concern of all this is the threat of clear garbage bags. Nobody wants to go to clear garbage bags.
The clear garbage bag system allows collectors to see what contents inside should head to waste. And if too many compostables or recyclables are inside, they may refuse it. However, Brownlee argues that this system has shown success in cities where applied.
Organic waste creates a methane emission, and those are really greenhouse gases. When you compost, we reduce those methane emissions, and we create a nutrient-rich soil.
We spoke to one Sudburian who said composting is easy.
We have them at the side of the house here, and every night they put the compost in them.
Start with the simple things, like I said, you know, the coffee grinds, the eggshells, the banana peel, and you can work your way up.
Madison Merrier, CTV News, Sudbury.
When we return, Rostel's hockey this week is back. You're watching First at 5.
Hockey This Week is brought to you by Rastall Nut and Bolt Company. Welcome back to another season of Hockey This Week. We start with a special in-studio guest and Dr. Mo St. Martin of Sudbury, who can only be described as a lifelong fan of the Montreal Canadiens. Now, he wants to right what he perceives as a wrong in team history by having Coniston native Toe Blake's jersey raised to hang from the rafters at the Bell Centre. Thanks for dropping by.
Oh, thank you.
Now, thanks for sharing more on your campaign. So when did you first realize that something was amiss?
Well, two of my brothers and I went to see a Habs game, November 18th, 2024, against McDavid and the Oilers. We win 3-0, visited the press box, state of the art. And from there you see the rafters and all of the jerseys hanging.
But something was missing.
Something was missing. Elmer Locke was there. Rocket Richard was there. But the other member of the punchline, Toe Blake, wasn't there, despite a storied 13-year career as a hockey player, not as a coach, as a hockey player. So it just got me going. And at the end of the tour, I asked our tour guide, who was a retired high school teacher, I said, you know what, I need to start a petition and get his jersey retired.
Okay, now, you've compiled massive statistics on Toe's accomplishments, not as a coach, but as a player. What does this say about him?
It says that he's an amazing hockey player. He was voted to the top 100 of 1917 to 2017 players. 33 players were taken from the first 50 years, 67 from the second. He was number 66
What kind of reaction are you getting from people that you've reached out to?
Everybody is just in shock, and they wonder what he might have done to piss off the Montreal organization. And in fact, he didn't. You know, he went from a hockey player to an excellent coach, and I think his coaching career eclipsed some of the hockey statistics, and people have kind of forgotten about that part of things.
Okay, so what can be done by the public, by the community, by Greater Sudbury to right this wrong?
Well, what I've realized in researching this is that a lot of people have done occasional salvos. They write a letter. They do a CBC Radio Canada interview, and then that's it. I really believe that we're going to need a community awareness, a grassroots movement that's going to start from Coniston, Sudbury, Greater Sudbury. I've already had a meeting with the mayor, Honorable Paul Lefebvre, and the deputy mayor, Al Sizer, a couple of councillors for the area, and they've all given us or given me my support and need to explore this further. We're going to have community rising to get this going.
Thanks for dropping by and good luck.
Oh, it's my pleasure. Thank you.
As a lifelong Montreal Canadiens fan, I can agree. Dr. Mo St. Martin of Sudbury is my guest on tonight's edition of Hockey This Week. Please join us next Friday at this same time.
It's time now for your community close-up, and we begin in Sault Ste. Marie. This photo was sent in by Wendy Lynn Hill, who snapped this great photo of these stunning colors while out on her bike yesterday. Actually, that is the photo sent in by Ron Boulard, who sent in the stellar shot of a sunset on Porcupine Lake. Look at those colors. I haven't had the chance to visit Porcupine yet, but pictures like that make me want to. Thanks, Ron. And next, this is the photo sent in by Wendy Lynn Hill in Sault Ste. Marie, who snapped this great photo of stunning fall colors while she was out on her bike yesterday. Looks like that was quite the scenic bike ride, Wendy. Thanks so much for sending that in. And finally, we head to Manitoulin Island. Actually, we are not doing that. There's more news for the North coming up at 6. For now, continue watching as we hand things over to CTV National News.